Have you ever wondered how in the world to use your stack and your cap to get the best results out of your pit boss? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today. My name's Zach with American Smoke, and today we're talking about the stack. I have been doing pretty heavy research over the last couple days on this baby right here. I sort of just read over my manual when I first got my pit here and kind of just went from there with how I handled and operated my stack, and I have talked about it in a couple other videos where people have asked questions and things like that. But my opinion of how to use this thing has been changed. I'm going to talk about that and let y'all know sort of what I plan to do coming up in the future and what I plan to change that is different than what I've been doing. And some of this is going to seem kind of surprising to some of you, and some of you probably already know this and feel the same way that I do about it. Now, the shocking revelation about the stack that you need to know as someone that uses their pit boss on a regular basis, and about the cap. It don't matter. It don't matter. Man, I've been talking about thermodynamics, and I've been talking about opening it up more when it's hot and closing it down more when it's cold to prevent the increase or decrease flow of hot air rising out of the stack and blah, blah, blah. But the truth of the matter is that the recommendation is to have it between 1 and 2 inches up. And tell me something. What do you think that's doing right there? It ain't doing nothing. It is not doing nothing to the flow of the air. If you're worried about messing up your cook because of your stack, let me tell you the only way that you can do it. The only way that you can mess up the heat and the flow of air during your cook is to close it down all the way. Because that restricts airflow. It restricts the fan's ability to feed oxygen into your fire pot, which allows you to have better control of your heat. This thing is computer controlled, fan driven heat. There is a thermometer right here that is connected to the computer right here that is in control of everything. That's why they call it set it and forget it. All the computer needs is open access to as much oxygen as it needs to keep the fire burning at the temperature that you desire. If this thing is shut down too much and it's time to try to push that air out and pressure builds up in here and the fan can't get oxygen in, then you're going to mess up the way that your pellets are burning. You're going to have more dirty smoke coming from pellets, and it's just no point. The main purpose of the cap, can anybody guess what the main purpose of the cap is? The main purpose of the cap is to keep rain out. I have my pit covered most of the time, and there's almost zero chance of rain getting into the stack. Stack, cap, stack. So you could take this thing off if you wanted to. Just take it off and maybe clean it. I don't know, it's pretty gross. But the only time, maybe one exception. If it's not raining, and your pit's not covered, the only time you really might want to dial this down just a little bit is in instances of extreme cold and wind, because the wind may blow through here a little bit and either one, pull some heat out, which the computer would adjust for and blow more air over more pellets and create more heat to compensate for the loss of heat. It's computer driven, monitored 24 hours a day as long as it's running. Or the air blows down into the chamber, pushing cold air into the chamber because it's extremely windy. So if you're at an extremely windy day, extremely cold, windy day, you might want to dial this down just a little bit to reduce the amount of air that can get over and down and in there. But if your pit is covered and it's a nice day, like it is a lot of days, or either it's cold but it's not windy, man, you can just dial this thing all the way up. Let the air flow. Because that's really all that matters. is airflow. It's computer controlled. Keep your thermometer clean, keep the pellets full, keep the power on, you're gonna be fine. No need to worry much about your stack. Dial it up as much as you want. I like leaving mine on there because I like the look of it. Honestly, I like the look of it as opposed to it not being on there. And you know, if you're ever at any risk of rain coming down into your stack, keep this on there and it'll help keep the rain out. The harder it's raining, the more the wind is blowing, the more you may want to dial it down just a little bit. I think that's probably the only reason this is adjustable, to keep water out. You know, if you leave yours outside, you may want to give it that right there before you go inside and leave it out there till the next week when you cook something else. Get ready to cook, come out there, give it a little twisty twist, get it way back up there, crank up the heat. In case you were curious though, that's pretty much the 411 on the stack and the cap, best positioning, how to do it. I hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button for me. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. Come on, what are you even doing anyway not subscribing to this channel? You know I appreciate all my subscribers so much. You guys are awesome. And you know, I'm working all the time trying to make a better channel for my subscribers, and even for the people that aren't subscribed that hopefully are considering becoming subscribers. If you do subscribe, make sure to smash that bell, tap that bell, rap tap tappy, tap tap tap-a-roo. Comment down below if you know what movie that's from. If you know what movie that's from, you're my kind of people. And I know you're all my kind of people anyway. But that's the 411 on the cap. It's no big deal. Roll it all the way up when you're cooking. If it's raining, cold, windy, dial it down a little bit to keep stuff from getting over into the stack, but that's about it. It's computer driven, fan driven, airflow that needs to be able to move when it needs to be able to move to control the heat. That's the Skinny on the stack. Thank y'all so much, and I'll see y'all in the next video.